In this video, we will look at the power of personal narrative. So your personal narrative is a thing that in Module 1 we started to kind of look at in just throwing the words up there on your SCOF. So you looked at your strengths and your growth opportunities and your tailwinds and headwinds. And you'll notice some of these words here reappear when we start to talk about your personal narrative. And your personal narrative is an important place for understanding truly what motivates you and all of the pieces that have come together to form who you are at this moment in time in the larger context of the world. So you're going to, in the process of writing your personal narrative here during this module, you're going to own your triumphs or your tailwinds, and you will also own your headwinds or the tribulations, the things that have tripped you up maybe in one way or another. And then you will share what inspires you, share your passions, and name and own your superpowers, the things that you are uniquely gifted at bringing to the world. And then also acknowledging what you need from other people, be those partners or employees, your community members, or even your customers. So your tailwinds, as you will kind of recall or be able to build from the SCOF, your tailwinds include privileges you've been given, your earned skills, your knowledge, your achievements, and some connections you have. That's not an exhaustive list, but that will help you get started and start to frame your tailwinds. And your headwinds will be when you look at the obstacles that are unique to people who are like you, possibly people who have a similar gender, sex, sexual orientation, your gender identity, race, religion, class, ethnicity, ability, your veteran status, whether you were born in or grew up in urban or rural areas. There are many, many different things that can pop up to be your headwinds. Also, they can pop up as your tailwinds as well. Taking the time to acknowledge where things are more challenging for you is actually a good place to start to percolate about different creative solutions that would be helpful to you, but also helpful to people who are like you or might share a similar circumstance. Even though no one's exact circumstance is the same as anyone else's, we do share characteristics which are important for understanding that solutions that we could create or solutions that we crave for ourselves in the area of headwinds are likely things that other people who share similar characteristics are craving as well. It's a good place to mine for opportunities. In creating your personal narrative, it is supremely important for you to take a minute and reflect on what you are passionate about. What in the heck burns a fire inside of you? What inspires you? And what things would you do if no one paid you to do them? Well, and maybe you already know this, but sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, there are periods of time where you're going to do things and nobody's going to pay you. So it helps if the things you're doing are things that feel like you have some internal desire to do, you have some passion around. And then also, you're going to want to write your superpowers. So if you look at your life as some big Venn diagram, where do you have this unique overlap where you have that specific superpower? Where is that place where you have a distinct advantage over the whole rest of the world? And lastly, as you round out your personal narrative, We should also think about where the holes are. What skills or connections or resources do you not yet have? Yet is one of the greatest words in the human language, in the English language. I appreciate the word yet because it signifies that it's a thing that I haven't gotten or haven't done yet, but it is on the horizon. So it's a good idea to understand where the holes are for you.